Hey guys, so I just wanted to get on here and say, in light of everything, I did question putting up this video today. I'm not promoting this video, so whatever views I get, this is the views I get, but it is a lot going on in the world today, and I just feel like I don't want to let this video go by without me acknowledging it. Yeah, to all my people who are on the front line out there protesting, we appreciate y'all so much. To all those racists out there who act like we're just protesting and looting for no reason, a big F you to y'all. And I'm about to get emotional on camera, so I'm not gonna do that. Y'all just stay strong. My brothers and sisters, I love y'all so much. Black Lives Matter. And we will not have to go through this too much longer. Y'all stay strong. Once again, thank you to everybody on the front line who's out there protesting and fighting. Y'all stay safe, because we know that they not gonna give up. They gonna keep on trying us. They gonna keep on putting their foots on our necks. But y'all don't let up. Y'all stay strong. Love you guys. Hey guys, it's your girl Briology 101 coming to you live from the 305. Today we'll be talking about Insecure Season 4, Episode 8, Lowkey Happy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are returning, welcome back, guys. Let's get started. So guys, today we start off our episode with Lawerence in the bar sitting there waiting on somebody, and we left off last episode with Lawerence on the phone calling somebody. And if you watched my last video, you know that your girl predicted it, and your girl is still on the roll for this season. I am just knocking them out the park. Yeah, so we see Lawerence sitting in the bar waiting on someone. The mysterious person turns out to be Issa, and you know, Issa makes her grand entrance like none other than Issa can. She just trips falling into the bar, and I feel my girl's pain because I be the clumsy one too. I don't think that I would fall straight on my face, but I would definitely stumble and trip in the process of trying to make it to the seat. So we see our favorite insecure couple of all time. Okay, maybe not all time. I'm still a fan of Nansford. But anyways, we see them catching up, and off the back, we pretty much see Issa tell Lawerence that things are different. She's a different person. She's evolved. She's growing. And we see that from her drink order. Instead of getting the Prosecco with whiskey, my sis has now upgraded to Prosecco and vodka. And yeah, also Issa tells Lawerence lets Issa know that he saw Molly at the airport and on his way back from San Fran, and Issa pretty much just lets him know, like, oh, he was like, oh, it was awkward, and she pretty much just lets him know it's probably awkward because me and her aren't friends anymore. And I think that's the first moment that Issa let anybody know that her and Molly haven't tried to don't know what I'm looking for, that her and Molly haven't fixed the relationship. And so I think that it sets up the episode to show all the ways that Issa has changed. And we also see that Lawerence has changed as well. So it's not that Issa is just single-handedly out here growing and thriving and Lawerence is just stuck in a place. Lawerence is thriving as well in his own lane. And like I said, Lawerence lets Issa know that he was in San Francisco doing job interviews, but your girl called out as well. So pat on my own back. And yeah, so I just think that it's awesome to see both growing in their own lanes and evolving, and now we have this moment where they get to come together in all their growth, in all their like newness and just evolvement. We get to see them have a moment together and kind of just reconnect we get to see them getting back on pace with each other, catching up. At the end of the day, Lawerence and Issa have always been friends, but I think this is the first private moment that they've gotten to have since probably their breakup, honestly. Besides after whenever they moved out of the house, this is their first time just coming together and getting everything and laying everything on the table. So yeah, let's dive a little bit deeper into the episode and get into the next scene. We had to leave the bar because the infamous Lizzo song came on and the club just turned up, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't talk anymore, they couldn't hear each other, so they had to go somewhere a little bit more private, a little bit more secluded, so that they could have that beloved conversation that Issa has been dying to talk to Lawerence about. He said he wanted to talk about something, and so finally we get to put everything on the table. And the next thing we have, they are in Uber exclusive, Uber XL, Uber Lux, I think is the name of it. They in the fancy Uber is what I'm trying to say. We got the big reveal of Lawerence had bought an engagement ring for Issa, and I don't know about y'all, but that kind of hurt my heart for my sis. But yeah, I think that was the moment that we needed. The car scene, as weird and, you know, goofy as it was definitely necessary, because at dinner Issa was able to bring up the ring again, which brings us to the next scene where they make it to the restaurant and Issa goes ahead and lets Lawerence know that she had already been to the restaurant before, and pretty much they were kind of like tiptoeing around it, and they came to this agreement like, we are not going to step on eggshells all night, we are just going to be cordial with each other, just going to put it all out on the table, and there's no reason for us to be hiding things from each other, because I mean, honestly, at this point, what else is there to hide from each other? They pretty much know everything about each other. They've been together, they haven't been together, they've been friends, they haven't been friends. I feel like this is a full circle moment, so I feel like them being honest 100% is definitely needed, and they shouldn't have to tiptoe around each other, because I mean, everything they want to talk about, I feel, is ends that needed to be tied, that they have just left open this all these seasons since they broke up. So definitely appreciate this episode, not just because I love them so much and I've been waiting on this moment again, but definitely just because there were conversations that they needed to have, and feelings and emotions and things they need to get out in the open with each other. And we just need to know what's going on with Issa and Lawerence. But yeah, so we make it to dinner, and the hard questions and the hard conversations start to come out. Lawerence finally comes out and pretty much lets us know what he's been dying to talk to Issa about, and it is basically a big what if game. What if we had stayed together? What if you didn't cheat, basically? What if? And I just feel that, I don't know, I feel like Lawerence did give up a little easy. I feel that it's always on the women whenever men cheat to take the men back and us just act like everything's fine. Whereas whenever it's vice versa and the roles switch, then men aren't as forgiving as women. And I don't know if it's just like in women's nature to be forgiving and like, you know, get over things, I guess. But definitely I feel like Lawerence could have fought a little harder back in the day. Of course, this is a what if moment as well. But I definitely wish that he would have fought a little harder for the relationship, just because I would like to see how it transpired, especially now knowing that he had thought about proposing. Of course, he probably wouldn't have proposed after he found out she cheated, but definitely I think they could have worked through it, especially now that they come full circle and they both kind of evolved into new people. I do feel like they needed that breakaway from each other, because they both did need to grow. I feel like they were both stumped. They were both just stuck in the same place. Lawerence was, of course, being a bum on the couch pretty much, and Issa was just stuck in place where she just felt stuck in her job, in her relationship. Her friendship probably felt stumped it, but yeah, so I feel like whenever they start putting everything out on the table, they realize like, oh, okay, like, I mean, Issa pretty much let him know after he said, what if we we would have stayed together or whatever. She pretty much let him know, like, if it's not obvious, I do miss you, and I wish that we were still together, and I wish that you would fought harder. And so I feel like it was growth necessary on both sides, definitely, but I definitely feel like they could have also grown together, because as we did see at the end of the relationship before Lawerence found out about Issa cheating on him, they were kind of starting to get it together. They were in it together, as they would say. And yeah, I just feel like it was a moment that unfortunately had to happen for them both to level up, but they could have developed, and they could have worked, and they could have grown and tried and worked it all out together. As dinner goes on, we get to see them get a little bit more transparent with each other, and pretty much they just ask the hard questions that they've been dying to ask each other. Lawerence asked Issa, like, why Daniel, and Issa got to ask Lawerence about the ring that he touched on in the car, and I feel like she just needed to clarify, like, you weren't about that, was you, for real? But in that moment, I feel like she pretty much just realized, like he said, that she ain't shit, and they kind of laugh it off, joke. She's just like, yeah, but I'm shit now, and which is true, but I feel like they both needed this time, because they were able to actually talk about their feelings in the time period of whenever they should have been talking about all these things, but yet they weren't able to talk. Issa has said basically that she used to drive around just so she wouldn't have to come home, and Lawerence pretty much just let her know, just watching her get up and go to a job every day was kind of just a slap in his face, and he was just feeling so bad about himself, so insecure about himself, that he pretty much just couldn't do anything. He felt he just couldn't progress. He even touched on how he kind of thought about going back home, and all these things are new news to both of them. Neither one of them were talking at the time, and I think that this just being able to get on the table how they were feeling at the time, whenever they weren't able to vocalize their emotions or vocalize the way they were feeling towards each other, I think it's better to see them now that they're not so insecure in themselves, and now that they have developed and grown into the people that they were seeking to be, and instead of the validation that they needed back then, they kind of don't need to be validated anymore. They just are walking in who they want to be. So So at the end of dinner, Issa gets up to go to, I don't know the end, but anyways, Issa gets up to go to the bathroom, and Lawerence checks his phone, and he has a text from Condola. Now, I'm not saying I have a problem with Lawerence and Condola, because I did like them whenever they were doing it, but whenever it comes down to it, if it's Lawerence and Issa or Lawerence and Condola, I'm definitely going to lean towards Lawerence and Issa. That's no competition there. And I feel like Condola did kind of make Lawerence realize that maybe whatever him and Issa did have was unfinished. If we go back to the Thanksgiving episode, that was the last question that we saw they had between each other. She was just like, would you and Issa be together if she hadn't cheated? And so I think that since then, Lawerence kind of just been pondering on it. He's been trying to figure out where his feelings are about it, and now we finally get to the moment where they actually just get to sit down and talk about all the feelings and all the emotions and everything that he was going through. So after we leave dinner, it's kind of like a comedic, a little relief. Issa and Lawerence are getting ready to depart each other, and we hear crack, crack. Issa's butt buddy, TSA security guard, I don't even know his name. Maybe it's I don't know his name. But anyways, Lawerence gets to meet him, and I think that was very nice, just comic relief, because it was that scene previously was a little bit heavy, and I just feel like they needed something to refresh the evening. TSA Bay suggests art walk, and Issa's kind of like leaning towards it, like, oh, we should to check it out. And then Lawerence, I thought he was about to stand my girl up, and I was hurt. I was just like, dang, he about to blow my girl off for Condola. Anyways, he did not. He walked away. I feel like he probably sent a little text, hey, I'm gonna hit you up later. And then he just walks back to my girl, and he's just like, yeah, let's go. So we get to continue the night. The night is not over yet. We get the continuance of Lawerence and Issa, and we just see them just calm and just free with each other. They're not, what is the words I'm looking for? I just feel like they're not trying to be something for one another anymore. They're just living in the moment. They're living their truth. They're living in happiness, which is, I mean, the title of the episode, but essentially what they were talking about as well, how they're just trying to get the happiness, and how they felt like, well, Issa said she was looking for it in like different places and people and things, and she's just trying to figure out how to be happy at this point. And so I feel like this night made both of them happy. It made me happy. It made my heart feel all warm inside and fuzzy, and it was a great moment. So I definitely appreciate it. If y'all don't know, this is like a random fact. Kelly, I don't know her real name in real life, but anyways, Kelly directed this episode, so I definitely feel like it kind of reflects Kelly's character as well, because Kelly is like she has a lot of comedic relief moments, but at the same time, whenever Kelly needs to be serious, then she is serious. So I feel like she did this episode very well. It was very well put together, very well directed, and yeah, let's move along. So after we leave the art walk, we head over to Lawerence's crib. Okay. And come to find out, Lawerence and Issa pretty much stay right down the street from each other. Lawerence invites her in to see the crib, tells Lyft wait outside like 5 minutes. We all knew she wasn't coming back outside of that Lyft. Now, quit playing. But I feel like it was Lawerence genuinely wanted Issa. I don't think that he wanted Issa to stay the night. Not even that he didn't want her to. I think that he was just trying to go along with how she was going, trying to feel her vibes out, see what she was wanting. But if we're being honest, Condola was just so annoying this whole episode, and it was just like every time that we was getting into our Lawerence and Issa mode and getting all happy and butterflies in the stomach and oh, we about to be back together, then here she come on the phone getting on my nerves. But I don't know, I feel like once they made it to Lawerence's house, then Issa kind of see that Lawerence is good. He's doing his own thing. He's glowed up just as much as she's glowed up pretty much. But at the house, I think that Issa realizes that she has to take the initiative if she wants anything to happen tonight, because pretty much after she looks at the house, then she was like, oh, can I go use your bathroom? We all know what Issa be doing in the bathroom. Issa don't use the bathroom. Issa goes to talk to herself in the mirror in the bathroom. So I definitely feel like Issa had a moment with herself, like, what you gonna do? You gonna get the dick or you gonna go? I don't know. Y'all know. Issa's raps is Issa's raps. And you can just never compare them, and you can't never duplicate them or even try to. I suck at doing it. It's my second time trying today, and it's just trash. But anyways, yeah, so we pretty much just get a moment. Every time Condola calls, you kind of just see Issa's like vulnerability, and how she kind of just retracts in every time that she sees her name pop up, or whenever she comes out the bathroom and she sees Lawerence ended the phone call with her. And every time it just seems like it just kind of like makes Issa take a step back. But Issa did not let that stop her. She vocalized how she was feeling. She was just like, well, if I don't want the night to end, then what? Then what? And we see what Lawerence was wanting too, you know what I'm saying? So my girl ended up spending the night, and you know, they do the nasty. You're nasty. Anyways, but it was a very loving moment. It was very nice. It was very gently put. It was just a beautiful moment. But the next day, we see Issa getting ready to go back to her house, and it's just kind of like a moment of just blissfulness on Issa's behalf. and we see her just walking home, and she just looks so pleased and satisfied and happy with how the night went, how her night ended, how her morning is starting. And it was an amazing episode. I really appreciate it. Whether or not Lawerence and Issa get back together, I honestly don't think that they're going to get back together, because like Lawerence said earlier in the episode, he is looking at jobs in San Francisco, and San Francisco and LA are like 8 hours apart, so it's not even, might not be 8 hours, I don't know, I'm not from there, but I think it's a good little ways away. Stop saying breathe. But yeah, so we see, I don't know, we just see them. But like I was saying, I don't think that this necessarily means that they'll get back together. I do think that both of them are happy with where they are in each other's lives. I feel like they both just want happiness. Genuinely, like, they genuinely just both want to be happy, and they have already grown. They've achieved what they wanted to achieve. Lawerence found a job that he likes. He's realized instead of being the lead, he wants to just be a team member. And Issa pretty much is doing her own thing. She lets us know during the episode that she is trying to create more events. And so I'm definitely excited to see where they take us. I said this every week. It was episode 8 this week. So we only have 2 episodes left until the season is over. Yeah, it is a lot, guys. I don't know. I thought everybody would be back. I'm starting to think that we're not going to see everybody back. Maybe in the last episode, maybe even next episode. But I do want to see the whole crew back together. Not necessarily at the same time, but I do want to see everybody in the episode before the season ends. And yeah, I'm excited to see everything. I don't even know. This episode was so just happy and blissful and just warmed my heart. I don't need them to get back together. I honestly don't. Would it be nice? Yeah, but I feel like whenever they decide to get back together, then that's whenever the season's going to be drawing to a conclusion. Like, the whole series is going to be coming to an end. But I'm still Team Lansford as well, so I can't just say I want Issa and Lawerence to get back together right now, because Lawerence didn't even make it to the block party. And yeah, you was in San Fran, but you could have been there. And yeah, you and Condola have broke up, but you could have been there. And I just feel like Lansford has been there for Issa recently, and I appreciate it. And I like Lansford a lot more in real life right now, because he's just been putting on for the people. There's been a lot going on in the world right now, and it's just been real heavy lately. But this episode did bring me some happiness. I appreciate Insecure. I appreciate their platform that they bring. I am excited to see the next 2 episodes, to see how they start closing out the season. I feel like this season has been very well evolved. I feel like we have gotten to see a lot. We got to see before the block party. We got to see after the block party. And yeah, it's just been a great season. I can't say, I don't know. I don't have any predictions for next week, guys. This is honestly the first week I don't have anything, and I know I always come up at the end to be like, yeah, so I do think that this is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I know they got a preview on HBO, but I'm not watching it. I haven't watched it yet. So yeah, I'm going to end this today. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Comment below. I don't even know what to tell you guys to comment below. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next week. Your girl will be sitting right here in the same spot. We got 2 episodes left until the season is over for a whole year. But nonetheless, it has been an amazing season. It's been a great ride. I'm so grateful for these extra 2 episodes, because usually this would be the end of the season. So I'm super grateful for Insecure and Issa for signing those extra 2 episodes. We are appreciative. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I will see you guys next time.